Hi, man. Welcome. Glad to talk to you. I'm just going ahead and talk from the heart, okay? This is something I'm passionate about, something I just want to convey to you guys. We're talking about conquering giants, okay? There are giants in the land. And when I say in the land, I'm talking about in society, I'm talking about in churches, I'm talking about in ministries, I'm talking about in families, I'm talking about in our own lives as men. There are giants that are going undefeated and are going untouched. And the reason is because we as men are so pacified that we don't want to deal with these things. And so we go decades, and you know who suffers? Not only do we suffer, but our wives suffer, our families suffer, our children suffer, our jobs suffer, our nation suffers, our society. Everything suffers because men are not dealing with the giants that are in the land. It is time for us as men. We don't have time to play around. Okay, you can look around, you can go outside, you can go in society, and you can see all the things that are going on right now. And they're going on because men began to be silent and did not touch the giants. We began to be pacified. We were so passive over a number of decades because men, unfortunately, did not want to deal with the issues internal and then external. So what am I saying? It is time for us to conquer the giants. How do we do that? So glad you thought of it. We need to deal with the things and get with people who have dealt with it. We need to recognize that there are opportunities out there. I advocate there are plenty of things that are found within the Bible that can speak to how you can conquer your own giants. Okay, and again, I'm just speaking from the heart here. It is so paramount for us as men. When I say conquer the giants, what I'm talking about, if I speak of my own self, one of the biggest giants I had to conquer was intimidation. Okay, what that meant was that anywhere I went, I was intimidated by everything around me. And I think you may have heard, if you listen to any of my other videos, that was something that was very big in my life. For a number of years, for decades, I was intimidated by everything around me. But it got to the point where if you've heard someone say you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I remember today and I said, you know what? I'm not going past this day. Today it ends. Today it ends. Today it ends. And some of you need to have a today it ends on the inside of you. You need to be saying that today it ends, because you're getting up and you're going about your day the same way. You've developed a routine of not dealing with things. And because of that, you've shied yourself away from the victory that can be yours, that you can possess. You need to have I am going to deal with this. Today it ends. And if we as men, if you as a man, and then we as men can get a today it ends on the inside of us, this nation will turn, because men will choose to stand up and deal with the things internally and then deal with things in society. What am I talking about? I'm talking about homelessness. I'm talking about crime. Why do we see so much crime? Because men have been passive. We have boys growing up not knowing how to be men because no one ever taught them. They didn't have their dads at home, so they were brought up by whoever in the neighborhood or society or TV brought them up in who they think they need to be. And so that's why we see all these things going on in our society. But if men would stand up and say, as I mentioned, today it ends. How about we do that? Today it ends. And if we say that, and track with me, because I have some other things, some other content I want you to go through with me. But have that. Today it ends. Today it ends. And we'll go through how you go from that point, today it ends, to being conqueror, to being victorious. Stay tuned on this channel because we want to walk this journey out. But if you don't have a today it ends, you're going to go through decades doing the same thing, the same boring things that we go through. And I'm being honest, the same boring things that we go through as men, because we've been so pacified to live a life of here. And what does that look like? That means going through the motions. I'm living, I'm doing, I'm working, I'm all these other things, but I'm not conquering. There's so many things around me that I've not conquered. That is a vital aspect of manhood. It is to conquer. Men should be conquering. Men should be conquering. And so I'm going to end with this. Today it ends.